Welcome to the bold analysis, ladies and gentlemen. It is now clear that President Uhuru Kenyatta is not going to play an active role in Raila Odinga's campaigns almost 40 days to the wire. In the month of July, we're just going to the presidential debate. Then after that, we shall go directly to the wire. Recently, there are different narratives that have come in the campaign trail, but unlike some months back, you will realize that President Uhuru Kenyatta is slowly trying to sublime from the political space, and I realize that he's been doing most of diplomatic duties. He's so busy in the DRC peace mission that is supposed to be there, and also the East African community. You know, he's the chairman of the East African community, and you will see him also in the recreation, but slowly by slowly he's trying to sublime from the political scene. And today, when it was gazetted that the chairman of Azimio la Umoja Council is President Uhuru Kenyatta, he missed the council meeting that was held in KCC, and that meeting was chaired by Raila Odinga. I just want to say something about it a bit. That in my analysis, I kept on insisting that for Azimio la Umoja boat to get its footing and a very good anchor, as for Raila Odinga to use it, Raila Odinga needed to be the driver. He needed to take control because he's the candidate, and that was my position, of course. Now, recently, during the burial of Isaac Ruto's mother, Justin Muturi, a man that I still insist is on a special mission that neither Ruto nor perhaps Raila may know, was telling the president that before he leaves office, he should explain to Kenyans the fallout with William Ruto.
You know, it is wrong for President Uhuru to wait for tarehe 9 aende mapumziko kabla kuelezea wa Kenya what went wrong between him and William Ruto. Kenyans deserve to be told. Kwani iko namna gani?
Mtu mwenye alienda tu Azimio ni Uhuru peke yake. Na sisi tunajua hata Mama Margaret Kenyatta atatupigia sisi. Sisi hata ukiona sura ya Mama Margaret ni yetu.
Now that was Justin Muturi speaking, trying to ask that question. And if you listen to it critically, it's a question that wanted to generate a public debate. And I think perhaps they're trying to bring such statements to see if media can cover, it becomes an agenda the next day, and of course it builds another narrative that when they want to go and do a campaign in central Kenya, they can go and run with that narrative. But cleverly, I think President Uhuru Kenyatta was advised to keep off public spats with his deputy, because such were just seemed to look at it. Even in Mombasa, William Ruto, I think, is supposed to have a rally tomorrow, the Saturday, in Tononoka grounds. I have not yet confirmed whether that rally is going to be held or the venue has been changed. But from Monday, there's been a narrative within Mombasa. Mombasa politicians Mohamed Jichopev, the Nyali MP, and Hassan Omar are in the campaign trail trying to create a momentum, or rather to create emotion around the port, and making a statement the way that port has been. I listened to their press briefing. I think you can get that one there.
Nataka kuambia wapwani sasa wajue ni rasmi, bandari ya Mombasa imeenda kabisa. Ile kidogo ilikuwa imebakia wamemaliza. Bandari ya Mombasa sasa ni ya watu watatu, na imekabidhiwa pia Dubai Port, ambao wanakuja kushikilia kitu kama 20-30. Mwenzangu ataelezea zaidi. Na vile wameweza kugawana hii port vizuri na kuifanya sasa private badala ya mali ya umma, ni kwamba wahusika wote wakuu ambao wote wako ndani ya Azimio wamegawana. Kisumu Port kuna mtu atakula pale, Mombasa kuna mtu atakula, Lamu kuna mtu atakula, Naivasha kuna mtu atakula, na vile vile Nairobi kuna mtu atakula. Kwa hivyo tumekuja kuwatangazia rasmi watu wa pwani ya kwamba bandari sio ya Wakenya tena, bandari sio 80% ya nguvu kazi ya wapwani haitapatikana tena. Bandari watu walionao mkononi sasa hivi wanaofaidi ni Dubai Port, Ali Hassan Joho, Raila Odinga na Uhuru Kenyatta. Hao ndio watu wamechukua bandari. Kwa makaratasi tuna ushahidi, emails zao tumeweza penetrate, tuko nazo, document zote tuko nazo, na hayo mengi tutayasema katika uwanja wa Tononoka. Ya pili, nataka pia kusema ya kwamba biashara ya kuondoa mizigo hapa kupeleka mpaka South Sudan sasa ni akina Ali Hassan Joho peke yao. Hata wale wafanyabiashara wadogo walikuwa na ile nafasi ya kufanya hivyo wameondolewa rasmi.
That is what the Mombasa team was saying. And if this was the moment, what you would actually expect is to see President Uhuru Kenyatta's attack team trying now to really respond to those allegations and that propaganda. But President Uhuru Kenyatta has kept off and is simply tactically trying to avoid a public rebuff with Deputy President. And in this video, I have an understanding that there might be deep reason why that is happening. Because what you'd expect if you see, and you can see the only person that tries to neutralize at least is Raila Odinga and Martha Karua, because with them they are on campaign trail, and areas where they feel they can try to respond to William Ruto, especially I think when Raila was in the coast, he spoke so much, he's really spoke tough about the issue of the port. But you will realize that the issue of the port has been left to us and Joho to handle, and what Uhuru is simply trying to do is make a very tactical move. And I can tell you, the son of Jomo Kenyatta will only be seen making vibrant public appearance after IBC announces who is going to be the 5th President of Republic of Kenya. Ladies and gentlemen, subscribe to our channel kindly, and also click the notification bell and like our video. When you like our videos, through that you are also helping us to boost the visibility of this channel. So it is not really something that you can just take mere speculation, but I think President Uhuru Kenyatta has realized that the government inflation that has been occasioned by signing of appropriation bill, finance appropriation bill, is something that is giving a fodder to Deputy President. And by that, let me tell you, when the whole country was focusing on whether Johnson Sakaja has a degree or not, there was a really tight speculation, rather tight pursuit of eligibility of Johnson Sakaja's degree from Uganda. But during that moment, President Uhuru Kenyatta went and signed the finance appropriation bill, and from there, that is why, because the appropriation bill is what dictates the price of how government is going to collect revenue and spend. So part of revenue collection, perhaps what they did, there was something, adjustments in taxation that now is bringing inflation. Because of that inflation, it's already a fodder. And if you will realize that I think the person that has then hit the campaign tail with the issue of Vunga is Deputy President William Ruto. He has remained alone, and sometimes in politics it works, because when Raila in 2017, there's a time he went to Kibera na watu walilia unga sana na akasema unga itashuka chini. I think the following day, and by that time he was in opposition, unga lishukishwa. So listen to how the Deputy President has already captured a very good campaign narrative against President Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga on what they call the handshake partners, just through the unga politics.
It has never happened that the price of unga has crossed the 200 shilling mark. In 2018, a 2 kilogram pack of unga was 75 shillings. And millers were threatening to make it 100 shillings. and we had to do all manner of things for it not to get there. Today, it's not 100 shillings. It's double. It's 200 shillings. So, 200
yes,
plus.
so that is
we
deeply talking about the price of Vunga, even though something I can tell you is this is something that will be addressed by both the political divides, and at some point, yes, itarudishwa chini, but I don't think it can go to 90 bob as Deputy President. I think Moses Kuru was saying that Kenya Kwanza will reduce it to 90 bob. I think that is not realistic. However, the truth is that Kenyans are going through very tough times. What you would expect RUTO to do is to seize a public confrontation with President Uhuru Kenyatta to tell him how the prices of products are high, because at that time the attention of the country will be looking at that, and that is why tactically is also going down. But you cannot underestimate this statement from Central Kenya. And I listened to Kabogo saying that Rigathi Gachagua and his team had really planted a very poisonous venom against President Uhuru Kenyatta in Central Kenya. Now, if the president was going to go with that confrontation, go on with the confrontation with William Ruto, it is going to disadvantage Jubilee candidates on the ground. So what he has left is, at least for Jubilee candidates, for the harshness of voters, because when there is a harshness meted on President Uhuru Kenyatta is not on ballot. The people who are on ballot are members of parliament that are seeking elective seats, the aspirants seeking elective seats in Central Kenya. And maybe the resultant force would affect, or rather disadvantage, the Jubilee candidates in Central Kenya compared to the UDA, or rather Kenya Kwanza counterparts. And if you listen to what Nani was saying, if you listen to what Justin Muturi was saying, Justin Muturi was simply building the betrayal momentum. And William Ruto's political journey, or rather presidential bid from 2017, has been built around one narrative. That is the narrative of betrayal. And according to what he tells the public is that I am betrayed because I was born by a mother who is not known, or rather my parents are not known. What he calls dynasty. So if that is what he's been doing for better part of the year, for better part of the 4 years, this is the most critical time that the clock is ticking. And he would remind his supporters that you need to support me because I was betrayed. And simply, that is the simple reason why his politicians, and when the politicians around Deputy President will always go and run with this narrative that the president needs to tell us about the fallout. The fallout is to be explained, and if it is to be I think everything has been said about it. If you're not wrong, everything has been said about what caused that fallout. And President Uhuru Kenyatta is the guarantor of peace in this highly emotive electioneering period. I want to agree with the clergy and I want to be very specific because I have a dozy about the clergy that is tomorrow. I want to be very specific that constructive, fair, loyal, non-partisan members of the clergy who are insisting that President Uhuru Kenyatta is the person that must guarantee peace. And if guaranteeing peace is subliming from the limelight to avoid that public confrontation with the Deputy President, I think with his deputy, then honestly, it is still in order. Because the truth of the matter here is, if election is done in 9th, and it goes against the wish of Deputy President, at the height of a public confrontation where they have just gone so bare knuckle, personal with President Uhuru Kenyatta, then we might vote, and legitimacy, because if Ruto doesn't win, for some other reasons, he will struggle to legitimize the government of the day. The legitimacy momentum, or rather what we'll say as opposition or going to court or calling protest or that, all that can only have a footing if there is that much public confrontation with the president. And the reason why this is not needed is people will ask the President Uhuru Kenyatta one question, that if he's going so public with the public's part against his deputy, The understanding will be that he has already known that he's not going to hand over power to him, and the narrative of government is interfering with elections will still get a footage. And ladies and gentlemen, that's my snippet on why I think President Uhuru Kenyatta was cleverly advised to avoid public spat with William Ruto. What are your thoughts? I want to read in the comment section. It can form the basis of our next video.